Yo, what is up guys? It is Ryan Sneaks back with another sneaker video, and today I am doing the Yeezy Boost 350 Agera Moonrocks. Agera, I don't know what that color is, but they're just Moonrocks. I made that video with all the different Yeezy Boosts to kind of give you like a legit check on all of them, and I'm still getting a lot of concern on different ones, so I'm just going to make one for each individual shoe, kind of go over some things to look at and what I think is the best way to check them out. I'm also going to be showing some pictures of other ones that people have sent me, just so you can kind of see what their fakes look like and then what a real one's supposed to look like with my pair. Just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So starting off with this pair, I actually got lucky on release day and copped these from Mr. Porter online. Their site was crashing the whole time. It took me about 3 hours to actually cop them. What I did is I actually downloaded their app when their servers were down and ordered it through the app. So when a lot of people saw that I said app, they were asking me, oh, is this app legit? Is this app legit? No. Those apps that sell for like $100, $200, that is fake. I mean, you kind of got to use your head on that. You're not going to get a pair for retail when they sell for like $1,000. I mean, a lot of people just ask me questions like that, and it's kind of just like I've told y'all before, like, you're not going to get these for retail or under retail or even close to retail just because the rarity and how sought after these shoes are. So when I said app in my video, I mean the Mr. Porter online app, just to clear that up. But the first thing to look with this one, of course, is going to be the size label. Size labels are kind of a thing you need to check. For this right here, it's always going to be a guy. Ladies always ask me if a girl one or the girl sizes. There's no girl sizes or girl anything for Yeezy Boost 350s or 750s. It's all going to be men's. If you want to get your size, you're going to have to pay a lot of money because the little ones go for a lot more. But it's always going to be a guy. You're also going to want to make sure that this little guy is even on the spacing and that his arms and legs are evenly proportional. A lot of fakes, they're either uncentered or his arms bigger than the other one or his legs bigger than the other one or something wrong with him. If he looks centered, then you're getting on a good track. Also, a lot of people ask, you know, is EAN or UPC, which one's real? There's not an answer to that. They're both real. That's the best thing I can tell you. The only thing to check for is with this label right here. As you can see, mine reads UPC. It's always going to read UPC or EAN. Now, a lot of people ask me about UPC, as you can see right there, EAN. Which one's real? Which ones are the fake ones? Or what does it mean? And my best answer to that is both of them are 100% real. You just have to be careful and actually listen closely to this right here. So with this label here, you can either get a UPC or an EAN. It doesn't matter. This label is, I guess, created for the overseas pairs. UPC is for the States and like Canada or something like that. But you can also get a UPC on this one. So it is a little difficult on this. Like, all you got to really know is it can either be UPC or EAN on this one. As you can see above, I have my Oxford Tans right there, and the EAN is posted on there. That is because this one was picked up from Seoul, Korea. A little bit of a different place. This one was picked up from Mr. Porter online, which I think is a Europe-based company, but this one shipped from New York. So when you're dealing with the one with the little windows on the sizes, it can either be UPC or EAN. It doesn't have to matter. Once you get to this box right here, if you're using this box, it has to be UPC. If it says EAN on that box, it is going to be fake. This one is just meant for the States. There is no EAN on that label. This one, both UPC or EAN. This one, only UPC. Kind of a weird thing that Adidas did with that. I don't really understand it, but it's whatever. Another thing you want to check is if they have little stickers on there. That's kind of a good sign. The only one that I would say you still have to check is the Foot Locker, East Bay, Foot Action Champs. They all use that big one that says $200 on there. Fakes have picked up on that and started using them themselves. So they started putting the same one that they use. And then their receipts are like, it'll either say Selena or Kyle Ramos, and that is 100% fake. If you see those names on there, Selena or Kyle Ramos, you have a pair of fakes on your hands. Always make sure to check that. For mine, it didn't have any stickers on the front. But on the back, it did have that. It says size 11, and I don't know what that is. It's like the quality check. But like I said, these are purchased from Mr. Porter, so it was kind of different. I've never purchased anything from that site before. It's like a high-end, it's kind of like a Mr. Barney's type thing. And for some reason with these, the Moonrocks only released on like high-end fashion sites and Adidas. It was kind of a weird thing that happened with that. It was like consortium accounts and no foot sites got these. So if you have a pair of Moonrocks or you're looking to buy one and it says East Bay, Foot Locker, Champs, Foot Action, Shoe Palace, anything like that, it's going to be fake because they did not get these. These are only consortium accounts. I have no idea why. But the only places you're going to be seeing these from is like Barney's, Essence, Mr. Porter, Adidas, that Yeezy supply. It's just Sneaker Boy, and like I don't know really what stores got them because it was real small boutiques that did get these. But if you see the big chains like Foot Locker, Foot Action, all that kind of stuff, it's going to be fake. So now that we got to the sneakers, one thing you're going to want to ask for sure is if they have a receipt. It's always a good thing to ask for because most places or people do have receipts still unless they bought like a whole bunch and they're a big reseller. Then sometimes it's a little bit difficult for them because they have like 6 different items on their ticket. But with that, I mean, you kind of want to see a receipt. The first thing that you're going to want to check is if this little tag is on there still. If they're dead stock, this is on the right foot. It's always the right foot. If not, just ask if they have it because this comes on legit pairs. And like I said, I got this from Mr. Porter. So if you see anybody that says, oh, I have them from Mr. Porter, you might want to ask for these things. It came with this ribbon wrapped around the box when I received it. It just says Mr. P on it. That was the first thing. Then it actually comes with a card with your name. So I actually have this still. It says Mr. Ramos on it, and then it says Mr. Porter. So that was pretty cool for them to throw that in. I don't know why I got all this stuff. It might have been because it was my first purchase with them. I got a returns form with it. An actual receipt is this paper right here. It's like on a pretty high pound papers. And then you also get your return label. And then they threw this in, which was pretty cool. It says welcome. This is like, don't ask for this if it's not for Mr. Porter, but most places, like Mr. Porter place, they give you this. It said welcome and all this stuff and a little handkerchief. So if they got it for Mr. Porter, just ask like, hey, do you still have that stuff that they sent you with it? Because most people that order from Mr. Porter that I've seen did receive that. So if they're selling for Mr. Porter, just kind of ask for a receipt or see if they got anything. And if it's from Mr. Porter, ask them for all that kind of stuff because if it was their first order from there, they will be getting that. Just a kind of quick way to kind of like throw around to see if they actually did get it from Mr. Porter because they're like, yeah, I got it from Mr. Porter. It was my first time ordering from there, and be like, oh, can I see the receipt? And he's like, oh, I didn't get a receipt with it. You kind of know they're BSing you and that they should have got all that stuff. So into the actual sneaker, the thing that y'all actually care about, these laces are a lot thinner than the Pirate Blacks or the Turtle Doves. I'm not too sure why. And then also the lace tips are going to be white. So some fakes have a black lace tip, just a little hint. And then after that, this is the thing I'm going to check the most. It's going to be the boost. For me, boost is the best way to check a pair of Yeezy Boost 350s because a lot of fakes still have not mastered it. Some fakes have gotten some of the texture down, but I will tell you in a second how to make sure those are fake. But for the obvious fakes, I'll post some pictures right now to show you what it looks like, and they just kind of look bad. You can pretty much tell off the bat. Feel free to take any screenshots of this if you want to kind of use for reference. But I dimmed it down so you can see the actual texture in it. As you can see, there's like little lines. It's a little bit dirty because I have worn them all. But as you can see, you get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dimples on there. And a lot of people will be like asking me, you know, it has the 7 dimples, it's legit. And that's not all you need to check. The big thing you need to look for is all this texture going through it. It's not glossy and shiny. A lot of them that are fake are glossy, shiny. And then also some that look pretty much perfect do not have these little dots on the top outer rim. I don't know why they don't have that, if that's too hard for them to get. But as you can see, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like a whole bunch of them going all the way around the top and the bottom. You want to make sure it has that. That's also a very good way to tell. The next part of the boost that I'm going to be talking about is this top part. This I haven't seen on any fakes yet. I'm sure they will soon enough. But as you can see, these little windows right here, it has some boost in there. And if you can see that little dot right there, it has that little line running through it. It has it on both windows. It's a little bit harder to see on this one just because of the lighting. It's in that top corner right there. And then on this one, it's a little bit easier to see. You get that 1 and 2, and you're just going to make sure that's there as well because that is always going to be on real pairs. I haven't seen any fakes yet with it, but I'm sure in time they will be getting that. But whenever I do a legit check for someone, that is one of the top things I ask to see because boost is always my key on it. I can pretty much tell you yes or no from boost alone, and that's pretty much it. You have to be aware that some people will be sending stock pictures of Yeezys and stealing pictures, so you want to make sure they're tagged. That's pretty much the best advice I can give you, and not to gift through PayPal because if you gift, you're not getting your money back. Always pay that extra 4% because if they try to screw you over or something, you can get your money back. That's the best advice I can give you. Now next, I'm going to be talking about the pattern. As you can see, the pattern kind of goes up. It's not going to go straight or anything. A lot of fakes, they do that. And a lot of fakes are two different colors. Like it'll be like a dark green here and a lighter green. It's all going to be the same color. The only color difference you get that's kind of there is here. It gets a little bit darker when it's been worn. It gets a little dirty. But besides that, it's all the same. The next thing you want to check is the backs. You want to make sure that the pattern does not meet perfectly in the back. For some reason, on a lot of fakes, they just use, I guess, the same ones and put them together, and it matches perfectly in the back. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to be kind of sporadic. Some of it looks like it does meet in spots, but it's not going to be perfectly aligned like the picture I'm putting right there. It just... that one's like completely blatant, just matched. The tabs you want to make sure are lined up just like this. You don't want them too close to the top, too low. There's some that are like really straight like that. You want to make sure it's just the way this is right here. Feel free to take any screenshots, like I said, to kind of compare. I'm just trying to help you guys out if you're trying to like spend a lot of money and get a real pair. If you're buying fakes, I mean, just I don't have any like advice for you on that because I haven't bought them before. I know a lot of people email me asking what's a good place to buy fakes, and I have no idea, honestly. Like, there's so many people that sell them now. I always see it all over Instagram and stuff, and I don't know the quality of them. Some people have sent me pictures of the Instagram fakes, and I can tell you right now, those are probably the worst ones out there. But if you're really looking for a legit pair, I'm trying to make this video to help you out the best I can. Now, when you get to the suede patches here, you're going to want to make sure that it's not darker. There's a lot of fakes that this looks really dark or a little bit darker from this. It's supposed to look like one color. Let me see if I zoom in a little bit. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's all just one color and it's just embossed in there. It's not like melted in or anything where it's a different color. And the suede is very, very nice and supple. It's like a long-haired suede. It's the same as the Oxford tans. A lot better than the turtle doves and pirate blacks. You're going to want to make sure that this is pretty small and centered. It's about the size of a fingernail. That's what I always say. Make sure it's about that size, because I've seen some that are real big and way too small, and you just want to kind of make sure it's just the perfect size. The same thing here on the Yeezy logo, about the size of a fingernail again, and that it's the same color as everything else. It's not darker, it's not like too dark. Like I've seen some that are like burned in there. You want to make sure that it's just pretty much monochrome with it, and the suede is very nice and nappy. You don't want anything too short and rough. Now when it comes to the inside of the shoe, the back stitching is going to be white. A lot of people ask me, you know, mine look 100% real. I bought them from a real place and all this stuff, but the stitching's black. And it's not going to be black. It's always going to be white. A lot of people try to BS their way around it, saying that they bought it from a place and for some reason it's black, but they don't know. It's always going to be white. I just don't let anybody trick you into that, because I know a lot of people have bought some and emailed me saying, well, the guy told me they were real and all this. And you kind of have to be careful with Yeezys, because a lot of people just try to get their money and split. They're not going to tell you, yeah, they're fake, or try to do anything. They're just going to make an excuse and run with it. As you can tell, it's in black lettering that it is screen printed on. This one's lasted the best out of the four that I have. That one, it does not peel as bad. Like my Pirate Blacks, Turtle Doves, and my Oxford Tans are a little bit more worn down. But I do wear these the least. I probably worn these like maybe 30 times. The other one's about 50 to 60. And then the outsole on this one of this is going to be white. You're just going to want to make sure it is that Adidas logo and that it lays flat. You don't want it to be bulging out or anything. But that's pretty much it. I know the insole thing was like the best way to tell before, that he said like you were supposed to get them and it's supposed to be flat and it's supposed to be a different logo. And a lot of fakes have actually fixed that and it all looks the same now. So with the insole on the out part of it, you're going to want to make sure it's that Adidas logo, not a different one. I have seen some that are bad, but most fakes have the insoles down. And then you're also going to want to make sure that there's no deep stripe going through it, like a embossed stripe. And whenever you see that, that's going to mean it's fake. I'm going to look for a picture to put in the side of it, but I've seen it like maybe a couple times, but on only fakes. So the insole, it's kind of gotten down with fakes. So that is it. Hopefully this helps, because, you know, I'm making 4 different videos for this. I really want to help you guys out and help you find the real ones. I just don't have the time to respond to each DM. And I'm using my best knowledge to my ability to help you guys out. I'm not trying to give you false information or anything like that. I have all 4 that are legit, and with that I'm trying to give you the best examples and things to look for to find real ones. Because I know a lot of y'all want real ones. In my opinion, all the fakes, they have their flaws, and you're not going to get one that looks 100% good. You can get some that the pattern looks okay, but the bottoms are messed up, or the boost is really bad. It's just, it's kind of just hit and miss on that. So I wouldn't recommend buying fake. And with that being said, I mean, for the people asking me where to get fakes, I have no clue on that, guys. Like, I'm here to just try to help you get real ones. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helps, because I've done a few other videos in the past and I feel like that was good and a lot of people got some help out of that, but some people are still asking for more help, and hopefully these individual videos are helping you guys out. I have all 4 that are authentic, and I want to help you guys find authentic ones as well. The best place I would say to look for is GOAT. GOAT is an app that you can get on your iPhone or Android. They only sell authentic sneakers, and they actually go through a process if they're selling used ones from people where they have to ship them to GOAT first for them to get analyzed and checked if they're real. And that's probably the best way to do it, because if you buy on eBay or anything like that, you can get scammed. And like I said, you can always get your money back, but it's just a process of going through that. Flight Club is another place I would recommend, and Soul Supremacy. Those are 2 very famous consignment stores. Mag Park as well. They just get a little bit pricey from that point. Whenever you go through GOAT, it's individual sellers or something like that, and you can just get them for a little bit of a better price. But that is just what I think is the best for you guys. But that is it. I'm done talking. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.